Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Breakfast with Birdie.
Birdie, tweet, tweet.
So, we are here because we're going to talk about the things that we're afraid of. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Birdie.
What?
What are things you're afraid of?
Not ghosts.
You're not. She's not afraid of ghosts.
Because they're so cute. Because Inks looks like a ghost.
What if it's not a cute ghost?
It is a cute.
They're
ghosty.
always cute ghosts. So, like, the thing is, they're always cute ghosts in your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Cool. Is there anything else you're afraid of?
Thunder, lightning.
Thunder and lightning can be pretty scary. What scares you about them?
Its sound.
Oh, its sound?
And the lightning. I'm scared of the lightning because I can see it because it makes scribbles.
Oh, that's a good point. It does make scribbles. Are you okay even though it comes? What do you do when you're scared of it and it's coming?
It's not coming because it's in the sky.
Gotcha. So are you okay even if you hear it? So is there anything to be afraid of? So this is Breakfast with Birdie, and today we're talking about the things that we're afraid of. And I heard something yesterday, and I want to talk about what I'm afraid of. What is Mommy afraid of?
That knocking.
Oh, that knocking did scare me last night. What else?
I don't know.
What jumps and hops? That
Froggies.
Yes.
I like froggies when they jump.
I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, first of all, disclaimer, I know full and well that being afraid of frogs is completely irrational. So, So if you're just joining us, this is Breakfast with Birdie. What are you eating?
Cereal, puffin cereal.
Puffin cereal. It's one of our favorites. I am having a little iced coffee protein shake. Yum, yum. Get you some? But okay, so I want to talk about when a frog got in what was a frog in?
Your boot.
It was in my boot, y'all. Okay, but that's not...
Blue boot.
Yes, it is in my blue boot. Okay, so this is the thing. I am very afraid of frogs. And up until this point, I just thought, no big deal. It's just kind of like an irrational fear. We're a little crooked here. It's just like an irrational fear, no big deal. And then this frog got in my boot. And I learned very quickly that it's not just a silly fear or some small fear. This is legitimate. So I walk outside and it's muddy, as it always is here, it seems like. And I need to go take care of some stuff. So I slide on my little boot and I walk about 2 steps. So I get my boots a little big. I probably should say this because I have like legit duck feet and it just makes it easier to slide on. So I go put on my boot and I walk and my foot kind of slides to the front and it hits something squishy. I can still imagine it. Ugh.
It's not squishy, it's slimy.
So my toe hits something squishy and slimy. Guys, physical reaction. And I knew instantly what it was. Like, instantly. And I lose my mind, okay? To have Ben tell this story is he thought I was dying in our backyard. So Ben and Birdie were in the shop, and I lose my mind. Like, I am thrashing my foot around. I am leaning on the picnic table, kicking my back right foot. Just any rational thought was gone. It was definitely like a fight or flight moment.
No, I saw your hands on the sand table.
Okay, so I was leaning on the sand table. It was definitely a fight or flight moment, and I was fighting. And, like, my chest hurt. Like, it was a physical manifestation of this fear. The rest of the day, my toes hurt, y'all. Like, I could still feel it. Like, Ben had to come out of the shop in my screaming and take my boot off of me. Vivian came out and was like, what's wrong? And one of the things that I've always kind of wanted to avoid is I don't want to pass my own fears on to my child. And it was intense. Was it intense?
I don't know.
And so I didn't want to pass my, and like, so I've always tried to be like, frogs are good. Frogs are purposeful. We love frogs. I live in South Louisiana. I don't love frogs. They're not my favorite. But I don't want to make her afraid of something so common, because isn't that the thing as parents? We typically pass along our fears to somebody else. And so I'm thinking about it, and I believe in a strong amount of personal development. So every day there's a new podcast, you personally develop, right? And so yesterday I'm listening to a lot of things, and one of them said something that you're going to go in the direction.
Made a bed.
Oh, wow, yeah. She made a bed with her cereal. One of them was about the fact. One of them was about the fact that
I need to eat my tiny bed.
One of them was about the fact that, like, we go in the direction of our strongest thought. Derek Christensen says this good too. He talks about, like, moving your tongue, like, in the direction that you want to turn when he was like skiing or surfing. I don't know. It's a great story. It's a valid story. But in our strongest thought, and if your strongest thought is something that you're afraid of, then you're always going to go in the direction of that. And you may have noticed by now that I am a leader.
Some of my cereal squishy.
In a direct sales company. And so I get the opportunity to coach a lot of women, and it never fails that they're scared of what their friends and family are going to think. It's a pyramid scheme. It's this. And I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on that, and I'm not here to change your mind, because it's just not worth it. But one of the missions that I've made is to kind of work through the industry from the inside out. And it's been really fun. And I noticed that even in my own fear of joining this company, my fear was never success. My fear was never so much failure. My fear was what a lot of people thought. And because that was the strongest thought in my head, I kept steering towards that fear, And this is the thing. I am 100% positive that people have unfollowed me. I am 100% positive that people have rolled their eyes at me. And this is the kicker in all that. I survived. I survived my frog in the boot incident. I survived kind of going through this, and I've kind of owned it. And in that is so much power, right? Like, I kept steering towards it because it was my only thought, and we tend to kind of manifest what it is that we're thinking. And not only did I survive, I thrived. And so, I just it's really easy for me to sit here and say, you shouldn't be afraid of anything. Go conquer your fears, but that's super cheeseball and not the case.
Cheeseball.
Yep, but just like Birdie here, good morning, survives the thunder and the lightning, and she's good, and she's still here to talk about what she's afraid of.
I love rain.
She does love the rain, just not the thunder and lightning that comes with it. I've survived it. Is like, whatever your fear is, excuse me, whatever your fear is, whatever it is that you're afraid of, whatever it is, whether it be a physical thing, whether it be just this like, I don't know, this roadblock that's holding you back, whatever it is, you're stronger than it. But not even that you're stronger than it, because that's cliche. Whatever it is, you already possess the tools to overcome that fear. So I think that's where, when I thought about what Birdie and I were going to talk about on our first Birdie Breakfast with Birdie, that was kind of my thing, is that as a mom, I'm not sitting here trying to get her to have zero fears or to decide that she's not afraid of anything. Yes. Okay, she needs to tell you something.
My stool pinched my toe.
Her stool pinched her toe.
2 toes.
2 toes, not her pinky toe, the one next to it. So that happened. But it's not, it's not impractical. I mean, it is impractical for me to be like, oh, I'm going to raise her to fear nothing. It's like, I'm going to raise her to know that she already possesses the tools to overcome her fear, to beat her fear, to move past her fear. Like, and I think that's something that we as adults really forget, is there's 20 million things that we're afraid of in this life, in our career, in our health, in our personal life, whatever it is. And we tend to forget that we already have the tools necessary to overcome that. So that is our breakfast with Birdie. Maybe one day we'll do these a little fancier and we'll have some kind of like music or something. But for now, you just get us in live. So I don't know when you'll join us again. We're going to try to make this a weekly thing. Can you tell everybody bye?
Bye.
What do you want to tell them? Say, have a good day.
Have a good day.
Happy Tuesday. I didn't even know what day it was. Y'all have a good day. Bye.
Bye.